The Masked Singer has officially returned for its major 10th season, and while the zany celeb singing show is pulling out all the stops to celebrate the milestone, one thing never changes: the clues. The show is, after all, ultimately a guessing game, and to help viewers in their quest to uncover all of the contestants' true identities, the series once again features clue packages and on-stage clues to help. Each week, EW will keep track of it all, and will update the list below with new clues, hints said on stage, songs performed, and the judges' guesses. Without further ado, here's everything you need to know about each of the Season 10 contestants revealed so far. Can you figure out who's under the mask? Who is Donut? Clues for Donut. I've been really lucky in my career. I was part of a mega hit that catapulted me to #1. But it also put me in a box, and people only associated me with this one rough and tough flavor, he says to start the first clue package. His package is Western-themed to start, then moves to a big city look. But he's a well-rounded donut, and he says it was his more refined side that helped this country boy get out of Dodge. He's a connoisseur of the theater, from Chicago to 42nd Street. Donut is known to pour his heart into a song or two. After the toughest year of his life, there is nothing more healing than a stage and a song, and he's grateful to share his whole heart with the audience. A ghost town, a badge, an LA flag, a bustling city, a neon sign with 2 cowboy boots, and a bow and arrow sign all appear in the first clue package. I've been really fortunate in my life. I've gotten to live out a billion dreams, from movies to music to marrying my soulmate. Life has been pretty sweet, he says to start the second package. He says for decades he's been entertaining you, but recently he's kept more to himself because the love of my life is no longer here, and it has left a huge hole in my heart. We did everything together. We had the same dream of owning a studio, and we actually did. He starts crying as he says, I can't believe she's gone, and most days I just feel lost. But I try to honor her memory every day by doing something brave. Says that's why he's at the Masked Singer, and it makes him smile knowing she would love it. And by the way, that's what I call her, my smile, he reveals. A clapboard with #1 on it, assorted donuts, pictures of him and his wife, a bowl of peaches, a comic book called Donut Adventures, and a neon, open, light all appear in the second clue package. I'm singing Georgia on My Mind by Ray Charles. Now, this is a song I really relate to, because it's about being far away from the one you love, he says to start the third clue package. Says he had the opportunity to sing the song as a duet with Ray Charles on a TV special, which he says was magical. He was not a big guy, but when he opened his mouth to sing, he could knock you over with his power. He says watching back the performance now he realizes he was way out of his league. Donut on a TV set with Ray Charles, a coffee cup, a fighter jet toy, and a dragon on top of a film reel all appear in the third package. On stage. First performance, Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Sweet. One Hit Wonders Night Clue, How Bizarre by OMC. Of it, he says, you know what's bizarre? Me being on One Hit Wonders Night, because just like Rocky, I've got hit after hit after hit. Second performance, I Do Cherish You by 98 Degrees. Trolls Night Clue, Confetti Seasoning. Of it, he says, I am well seasoned, and I have been enjoyed by several generations. Third performance, Georgia on My Mind by Ray Charles. Soundtrack to My Life Night Clue, a mixtape of Poker Night. Of it, he says, Robin Thicke. This mixtape was on repeat every time I hung out with your dear, sweet dad. Judges' guesses for Donut, Sylvester Stallone, Jeff Bridges, Tom Jones, Stanley Tucci, Engelbert Humperdinck, John Schneider who was Sea Queen. Clues for Sea Queen. When I got asked to appear as the Sea Queen on Harry Potter night as a wild card, I said, great. Sign me up, because I've always been a bit of a wild card in life, she says to start the first clue package. Says her first job was giving museum tours at 14, but she got fired. Then she got into a fancy boarding school because she was a smart cookie, but she got kicked out of that too. But all the wild twists and turns have made me the triple threat that I am today: comedy, writing, singing. I've done it all. These days, she's prepping for a new tour, she says. A brown leather handbag with 4 female silhouettes on it, a black widow, a royal crown, multiple trains, and a blue CD player next to a birdcage all appear in the first clue package. I'm so excited to rock with you all night because I was actually in a hard rock band once upon a time. I've lived a lot of different experiences. One that I'll always remember is when I got to co-star with Denzel Washington. She says to start the second clue package. Says his advice to her was, learn your lines and be yourself. I've been so surprised by how many Oscar winners I've worked with that bring their acting coaches to set. Honey, sometimes you think these big stars have it all figured out, but really they're still learning and trying to improve just like the rest of us. A TV covered in treasure and jewels, a photo of Denzel Washington, a photo of Tyler Perry, and a barbershop pole all appear in the second clue package. On stage. First performance, Love Potion Number 9 by The Searchers. Harry Potter Night Clue. The Sorting Hat says, cunning, shrewd, let's see. Slytherin. Of it, she says, Slytherin makes sense for me. I've always been clever in my career. You never know what genre you'll catch me in next. Second performance, To Be With You by Mr. Big. I Want a Rock Night Clue, a patch that says co-star on it. Of it, she says, I was lucky enough to share the screen with Ken Jeong. Judges' guesses for Sea Queen, Erykah Badu, Queen Latifah, Jennifer Lewis, Niecy Nash, Macy Gray, Viola Davis. Who is Gazelle? Clues for Gazelle. Like a gazelle, I've always leapt headfirst into opportunities to be on the stage, she says to start the first clue package. Says she saw a Broadway show at age 6 that inspired her to perform, and later she took part in a national talent competition as a teen. She's shown doing cheer moves in front of a judge. A gazelle in a Hawaiian shirt boos her. It was super bad, and made me almost swear off singing for good, but music was always my first love. With the show, she's excited to face her fears behind the gazelle mask. A sign that says auditions today, a poster that says hello doll. Starring gazelle, pom-poms, 3 statues of bulldogs, and a desert landscape all appear in the first clue package. I'm ready to tackle the competition because I am feeling right at home here on this stage. There were a lot of times I didn't know if there was a place for me in the entertainment industry, she says to start the second clue package. She was pressured to change her name at 8 years old to blend in more with the herd. Casting directors couldn't figure out where I fit because of my unique look. She wondered if she could be herself and pursue her passions, but fortunately, the world is changing, and there are more opportunities every day. Says she's proud of her heritage and proud to blaze a trail for little girls who look like her. A picture of a young gazelle in a hula skirt and lei, a sign that says Threat Level 3 on it, a test with an A grade on it, a surfboard, and an oasis in the desert all appear in the second clue package. To start the third clue package, she talks about how much she loves this costume and how she started crying when she first saw it. They're really meaningful to me because they are a symbol of someone I loved and lost. One of the most important people to her and her husband passed away unexpectedly right before their wedding. We somehow carried on with the wedding, but it was all a blur, except during our vows when suddenly rain started pouring down on us. When I put on the gazelle mask, I carry his adventurous spirit with me, and I know he's a part of my secret to success here. A mouse, a bouquet of pink flowers, a dog tag that says Masked Singer Season 10 Private Identity, and a rainstorm all appear in the third clue package. Interviewer asks what she was like as a kid. She says, I was truly a hammy, performative kid. Every night I would wear a different costume, sit at the top of our stairs, and put on a show for my family. But I was definitely the black sheep. My parents were athletes. My sister was always focused on academics. Despite being so different from them, they've always shown me nothing but support. My parents made a lot of sacrifices for me. They uprooted their entire lives just so I could live my dreams, and I wouldn't be here without them. Tonight's performance is a thank you for their unconditional love. A love letter to Ken Jeong, Nick Cannon, and Robin Thicke. A magnifying glass hovering over the word mystery and a flowery tint all appear in the fourth clue package.